I have been trying to contact my producer so I could get 2 more hits out of him, but he was nowhere to be found. It seemed like forever had passed by. This was some bullshit. Finally, after a few months had passed, I finally got in contact with him. And to my surprise, he was in Champaign, Illinois. So I'm thinking, how am I going to get to Champaign, Illinois, and how can I get these hits out of him? Because he gave me the one hit that we co-wrote together, and I said, well, and Dick Scott liked it, and I'm like, this is gonna make it. This is gonna be it, because he was good at producing. He was good at just engineering, mixing, and doing everything that he needed to do. So my mother, she was like, I'll take you up there. She actually gave me the money to get the production done and get everything put together right. I get up there. He's not even at the apartment, the address that he gave us. He wasn't there. His girlfriend was there. She's like, well, he'll be back in a minute. He's going to the airport. He's going to pick somebody up. So, waited. He shows up. He shows up with none other than Joe Stonestreet. Didn't know who he was. Had never met him before in my life. We get everything together, and then we truck on over across town to the studio. Get to the studio. They start working on other material. He actually was working on, I don't know if you guys know the group Champagne, but they had a hit song back in the day called Maybe We Can Try Again. That song was really, really hot. Like, it's really an oldie but goodie, and they had a lot more little hits. But like, if you're going in it's like elevator music. That's the only thing that I can describe it as now. It's like elevator music. So he was producing them along with producing this one guy named Microwave. He was working on his second album at the time. He is Bootsy Collins' protege, or he was Bootsy Collins' protege at the time. We're working, writing different stuff, coming up with different ideas. Tracks are hot, sounding really good. Every night we're going out, drinking. I had my spending money. We had a really, really, really good time going out. Didn't notice it was an underlying current of jealousy with my producer. I didn't realize at the time, and I think it's because we came from the same hood. Sometimes when you get together with people, you come from the same hood, they have a problem with you being able to do certain things if you have a certain look and they feel like they don't have that certain look, if you have a certain talent that they don't have. And I should have noticed this problem with him. Constantly insecure, constantly screwing different women at the studio or whatever on his girlfriend that was back at the apartment, which was crazy. Well, we get back to the house, and it was so funny because we would race back and see. It was between me and Joe. I would race in trying to see if I could get to the couch first, because whoever didn't get to that couch had to sleep on the floor. And I'm like, damn it, I ain't sleeping on no damn floor. Like, not tonight. No, no, no. I ended up making it to the couch majority of the time. So anyway, this particular day, we did some pre-production at the house. Got the tapes together that we're going to use. We go back across town to the studio, and I get in the booth, and my producer's like, where's the tape? I said, I assumed that you had the tape. He says, you assumed that I had the tape? And then the next thing you know, this ninja blows up. You assumed it, going off. So then we had to go back to the apartment and get the cotton picking tape. So we get the tape, we come on back to the studio. You know, now he's mad. And like always, I got a hangover. So he's mad, he's like, cut the lights out on that bitch. So he literally cut the lights out in the booth while I'm trying to sing. Because now he's pissed off. Because I used a big word, first of all, a big word. And for whatever reason, jealousy and everything else came into play. So anyway, I'm singing the vocals. They're telling me how to do it, how to, they're actually producing the vocals as I'm singing the vocals, guiding me through. So after they guide me through everything and we hook everything up, Joe comes in. He sings background, which is excellent. And I've never seen somebody so talented. So, just really, really, really talented. He sung the background on both of the tracks. And then he did a rap on one of them, that was cool. Did that. We got everything mixed down. And he was actually concurrently working on vocals with the microwave project. So he was working on that as well. Then I get all my stuff together. They let me get my tapes, my demos, I guess that's what you would call them. I think they were finished, but gave me my tapes or whatever, take me to the bus station. I go to the bus station. I'm at the bus station. Now, mind you, I had a curl at the time, and I had this like asymmetric thing going on the side. Lord, I almost got jumped at the damn bus station. I said, this is crazy as hell. Minding my own business, and this black guy and this white guy, the black guy said something, and the white guy said, I got your back. I said, ain't this some... Because I'm thinking to myself, oh, so now the white guy got the black person's back, gonna jump on another black person. I said, this some bull. So anyway, made it through that unscathed. I go, and actually, I got the backtrack. Because in the interim, when I couldn't find my producer, I ended up going to the studio with this group member. I was in a group called Megastar at the time. Not Midnight Star, but Megastar. So I was in this group, and I recorded some music with my group members. I didn't tell them anything about the Dick Scott situation. I held it in. I'm like, I'm not telling. I'm going to use this track. Of course, the tracks was subpar. And the thing is, once a producer, manager, when they hear something hot and you send them something subpar, they go cold. The producer, manager went cold. Wasn't having none of it. So I thought, if I just go in with my previous producer, we do these 2 hot tracks, and I get them to him, it'll spark it back up. It didn't spark it back up. And on top of it all, I let too much out. Like, I told my producer what was going on. I told him the situation, told him this is why I need these tracks. That's why you never tell anyone what you're doing until it comes to fruition. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, because I turned around and I told him, he tried to go behind my back and contact that manager / producer and get himself put on, as well as he resold the tracks that I had purchased from him. So now you have my tracks out there with my vocals, and you have this same track with other vocalists on it. It was just shady all the way around. Just crazy. That transpired. I go back. I'm pissed. Everything is cold. So I continue to work, continue to do production, continue to write, continue to try to stay in the industry. And later on, I'm trying to think what year. I can't remember the year. But I'm looking at, I think it was Video Soul. So Video Soul comes on. Looking at Video Soul. Blackstreet comes on. Looking at this video, and lo and behold, there's Joe Stonestreet singing the lead, killing it. I called my mother in the room. My mother, she was excited. It was great just seeing him just blow up like that, and then he disappeared out of the group. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but he disappeared. So years later pass, and then I hear, actually, I was listening to Lincoln Ware at the time, listening to him on the radio, and people were talking about, well, who is that? There was somebody out there on stage with Tina Marie. They were singing Rick James' part. Who is that? Who is it? Who is it? And I'm thinking to myself, it has to be Joe. It has to be Joe. And lo and behold, it was Joe killing it, and he killed it. It's also on YouTube. He killed it. Killed those vocals. So fast forward, a couple of more years pass, and my friend, my real good friend, she's in a nursing home. So as she was talking to me, I hear this, it was loud music. And I said, well, why are you guys playing that music so loud? Like, what's going on? She said, oh, that's not nobody playing the radio. She said, that's somebody actually playing the piano in here. And I'm like, what? So I'm asking her, I'm like, well, who is it? She's trying to describe it, and I'm thinking, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. At first, I thought it was the leader of this gospel group that I was in, but it wasn't. And then she starts going and telling me, oh, he's got like 15 kids, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, oh, snap. I said, that has to be Joe. I said, he has a lot of kids. I don't know if he got 15, but he is up there. So, and I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, what the hell is he doing back in Cincinnati and in the nursing home? So I'm like, okay. So I got my little pictures together and stuff like that, because I'm like, oh. So I got my pictures, and I come up there to surprise him. And he remembered who I was. I was excited. He was like, do you still get down? Do you still sing? I'm like, I still do, but I was not getting ready to sing at that moment. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sing. But that was just a great reunion. I mean, I wish that he wasn't there. I wish that he was in better health and everything like that. And then a few more years passed, and then got the news that he had passed away, and they were actually putting flyers up in the nursing home for funeral arrangements, I guess, to get money together for everything. But he is and was the nicest person to me, very respectful, very grounded, just very cool, very great spirit. And so that is just really all I could say about him. Real cool guy. And that was the great thing about it, because you can have a bad situation happen, something crazy can happen, and a person can treat you a certain way, but this person will neutralize that situation, and you remember the good time behind it. And because I had forgiven my producer, I just thought that the story would be interesting to tell. But I have forgiven that person because they couldn't help it. That's just who they were. And like I said, that toxic energy might have been in me, and I joined him where he was, or he joined me where I was. But I made it through, and I still do what I do. So until next time.